Imagine standing before a palace so beautiful that travelers from every corner of the world stop in silence the moment they see it. A place where every wall seems to whisper a secret, every hallway hides a mystery, and every window frames a story from centuries ago. But what if I told you this palace isn't famous because of gold, power, or war? What if the real reason people are obsessed with it is something far more fascinating? Our story begins many centuries ago, when a powerful kingdom decided to create something that would outlive kings, queens, and even entire civilizations. On a hill overlooking a vast landscape, skilled craftsmen, architects, artists, and dreamers worked day and night. They carved intricate patterns into stone. They designed courtyards filled with flowing water. They built halls so magnificent that visitors would struggle to believe human hands created them. The palace wasn't simply a building. It was a masterpiece. As the years passed, merchants, travelers, and explorers arrived from distant lands. They spoke different languages and followed different traditions, yet they all shared the same reaction when they saw the palace. Amazement. People described walls that seemed alive with art. They talked about gardens that felt like paradise on earth. They admired reflections dancing across pools of water beneath the sunlight. The palace quickly became more than a royal residence. It became a symbol of beauty itself. Yet beauty alone doesn't explain why people remain obsessed with it today. Many magnificent palaces have disappeared into history. This one survived. And survival often creates the most compelling stories. As kingdoms rose and fell, the palace witnessed everything. Victories. Defeats. Celebrations. Heartbreak. Generations came and went while the palace stood quietly, watching history unfold. Each ruler added something new. A fountain here. A chamber there. A decorative arch. A hidden garden. Over time, the palace became a living record of countless lives. But then came a dark period. Conflict spread across the land. Powerful forces fought for control. Many feared the palace would be destroyed forever. Imagine being one of the people living nearby. You wake up every morning wondering whether the treasured landmark you've known all your life will survive another day. The uncertainty was terrifying. Yet somehow, the palace endured. Even when its future looked hopeless, it remained standing. And that's when legends began to grow. Stories spread among local communities. Some claimed the palace was protected by fate. Others believed it possessed a special spirit. Children listened to tales passed down through generations. Visitors arrived hoping to experience its magic for themselves. Whether those legends were true didn't really matter. Because the stories made the palace feel alive. People didn't just visit it. They connected with it. And connection is powerful. Centuries later, artists traveled great distances simply to sketch its beauty. Writers filled pages describing its elegance. Poets compared it to dreams. Painters attempted to capture its atmosphere. Many failed. Not because they lacked talent. But because the palace offered something difficult to explain. It wasn't merely what people saw. It was what they felt. Walking through its corridors created a strange sensation. You felt close to history. Close to people who lived hundreds of years ago. Close to moments that changed the world. Few places can create that feeling. That's one reason the palace continues attracting millions of visitors. People are searching for more than architecture. They're searching for an experience. A connection. A glimpse into another era. And every year, the palace delivers. Tourists arrive expecting a beautiful building. They leave with memories they'll never forget. Many return home and immediately tell friends and family about it. Word spreads. Curiosity grows. More people become fascinated. The obsession continues. But here's the truly remarkable part. Despite centuries of admiration, the palace still hasn't revealed all its secrets. Researchers continue discovering hidden details. Historians continue debating unanswered questions. Architects continue studying its design. The palace remains a puzzle. And humans love mysteries. We naturally become fascinated by things we don't fully understand. Perhaps that's why the palace never loses its appeal. Every answer leads to another question. Every discovery uncovers another layer of history. Every visitor notices something unique. And that keeps the story alive. But the greatest mystery of all may be waiting inside its most famous chambers. Because in the next chapter, we'll uncover the hidden secrets, forgotten legends, and astonishing truths that transformed this palace into one of the most admired landmarks in history. Before we continue, if you're fascinated by mysterious places, ancient history, and incredible stories hidden behind famous landmarks, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. New adventures are waiting, and you won't want to miss them. By the time most visitors enter the palace, they've already heard countless stories about it. They've seen photographs. They've watched documentaries. They've read articles. Yet almost everyone says the same thing afterward. Nothing prepares you for seeing it in person. Why? Because the palace reveals itself slowly. At first, you notice the beauty. Then you notice the details. And then you begin noticing something else. The secrets. Take a closer look at the walls. What appears decorative often carries deeper meaning. Patterns repeat with mathematical precision. Symbols tell stories without using words. Designs reflect ideas that fascinated the people who built them centuries ago. Every surface seems to contain a hidden message. Imagine spending years creating a palace where every carving, every arch, and every courtyard contributes to a larger vision. That's exactly what happened. The builders weren't simply constructing rooms. They were creating an experience. A journey. A masterpiece designed to inspire wonder. One of the palace's most fascinating features is its relationship with light. Throughout the day, sunlight moves across walls, columns, and courtyards in constantly changing ways. Morning creates one atmosphere. Afternoon creates another. Evening transforms everything again. It's almost as if the palace changes personality every few hours. Visitors often describe the experience as magical. But the effect wasn't accidental. The architects understood how light could influence emotion. They carefully planned the structure to create moments of surprise and beauty. Imagine possessing that level of creativity hundreds of years ago. No computers. No modern technology. Just imagination, skill, and determination. The result continues astonishing people today. Then there are the gardens. To many visitors, they're among the most memorable parts of the palace. Water flows gently through channels. Trees provide shade. Flowers add color and fragrance. Birds sing from hidden corners. The environment feels peaceful. Yet the gardens served a purpose beyond aesthetics. They represented an ideal vision of harmony. A place where architecture and nature existed together in perfect balance. That idea continues resonating with people today. Perhaps because modern life often feels rushed and chaotic. The palace offers something different. Calm. Reflection. Beauty. Visitors aren't merely observing history. They're escaping the noise of the present. And that emotional experience helps explain the palace's enduring popularity. But not every story connected to the palace is peaceful. Over the centuries, countless legends emerged. Some speak of hidden treasures. Others describe secret passages concealed within the walls. There are tales of lost chambers waiting to be discovered. Stories of rulers making life-changing decisions behind closed doors. Whispers of forbidden meetings and dangerous secrets. Whether these legends are true remains uncertain. Yet they add another layer of fascination. Humans are naturally drawn to mystery. We love imagining what might still be hidden. And ancient palaces provide the perfect setting for such imagination. Even historians occasionally uncover surprising discoveries. Documents appear. Artifacts emerge. New evidence changes old assumptions. History continues evolving. The palace still has stories left to tell. Perhaps that's why each generation becomes captivated by it all over again. Children visit and dream about ancient kingdoms. Students study its architecture. Artists find inspiration. Photographers capture its beauty. Researchers investigate its past. Everyone discovers something meaningful. The palace offers different experiences to different people. And that's rare. Most attractions appeal to specific interests. This palace appeals to nearly everyone. History lovers admire its past. Architecture enthusiasts study its design. Travelers appreciate its beauty. Storytellers explore its legends. Dreamers imagine the lives once lived within its walls. It becomes whatever each visitor needs it to be. A lesson. An adventure. An inspiration. A mystery. A memory. That universal appeal explains why the obsession never fades. Year after year. Decade after decade. Century after century. People continue arriving. And they continue leaving amazed. The palace has survived wars, political changes, natural challenges, and the passage of time itself. Yet its influence remains stronger than ever. Perhaps because it represents something deeply human. Our desire to create. Our desire to remember. Our desire to leave behind something meaningful. The builders who began this extraordinary project could never have imagined millions of people would still admire their work centuries later. Yet that's exactly what happened. Their vision became timeless. Their masterpiece became immortal. And today, whenever someone asks why everyone is obsessed with this ancient palace, the answer isn't found in a single room, garden, or hallway. It's found in everything together. The beauty. The mystery. The history. The legends. The emotions. The connection between past and present. All of it combines to create something unforgettable. Something that continues capturing imaginations across the world. And perhaps that's the greatest achievement any place can accomplish. Not merely surviving history, but becoming part of it. If you enjoyed this journey into one of history's most fascinating palaces, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share it with fellow history lovers. There are countless mysteries still waiting to be uncovered, and the next incredible story could be even more astonishing than this one.